It is Tuesday, and that means it is time for our weekly job report. It's brought to you by Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend. Joe Gazin takes a look.
In Alice, a water plant operator is needed. You will operate and control electric motors, pumps, and valves to regulate flow, as well as treat raw water and work with various chemicals. At least 3 years of prior experience and a high school diploma or GED is required, as well as a Class C driver's license. The pay is between $13 and nearly $17 an hour. In Corpus Christi, an environmental quality specialist is wanted. You'll evaluate monitoring stations, provide backup to fire hazmat team, and investigate illicit connections and discharges. At least 2 years of prior experience and an associate's degree is required, as well as a Class C driver's license. The pay is between $17 and $29 an hour, plus benefits. In Corpus Christi, an ophthalmic assistant is wanted. You'll perform ophthalmic clinical functions to assist ophthalmologists and act as a scribe for physicians and also administer medication as directed. You will also travel between locations, and you have to be willing to obtain Ophthalmic Assistant certification. The pay is $12.50 an hour. In Portland, a bus mechanic is wanted. You'll perform minor repairs to ensure performance and safety of district buses, and you must be able to accept on-call responsibilities for trips and routes outside normal hours. A background check and drug screening will be conducted, and you have to pass bus driver's safety training. 2 years prior experience and a high school diploma or GED are also required, and you have to have a valid Class B commercial license with H&S endorsements. The pay is $15.88 an hour, plus benefits. And lastly, in Gregory, an Insulator Helper is needed there. You will assist with fitting insulation around obstructions and protective coverings, as well as apply, remove, and repair insulation on various industrial equipment. 4 years of prior experience and a high school diploma or GED is required, and you must also have experience working with cold cryogenic insulation. You also have to have a valid Class C driver's license. Pay is between $16.50 to $17 an hour. To learn more about these jobs and others, contact Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend, 888-860-JOBS, or visit workintexas.com.